Hello, everybody. Dr. JJ with Pinnacle Pediatric Chiropractic, serving families just like you in Bradenton and Sarasota area. Today, we're going to talk about colic. And if your baby is crying for more than 3 hours every day, they cannot be comforted, and they are very more than likely suffering from what is called colic, which is usually experienced by 1 out of 4 or about 25% of infants or new families. So colic is not just common fussiness that infants outgrow. It's not just an upset stomach, gas pain, food intolerances, lip or tongue ties, but most often the real root cause is a deeper neurological imbalance going on with baby that disrupts everything from sleeping, soothing, digestion, and more for these little precious ones. And if you're a parent that is seeking answers beyond waiting it out or letting your little one cry it out, let's explore colic's real root causes and a drug-free solution. And if you've been told by your pediatrician, don't worry, they'll grow out of it, but deep down in your mom gut or your dad gut, you know something is going on, keep watching. We'll explain how colic originates from something called subluxation and vagus nerve dysfunction. It's not simply gas pains or food sensitivities, and most importantly, what we're going to do is we'll walk you through exactly how so many families have found relief for their little ones through neurologically focused chiropractic pediatric care. And specifically what I'm going to talk about is for Maddox and his sweet family. This was exactly their reality. Mom says that prior to finding Pinnacle Chiropractic, my husband and I felt so horrible about not being able to console our newborn son. We knew something was not right. However, no amount of comforting and consoling was making any difference. We tried everything you could think of, from paste bottle feedings, feeding upright, feeding smaller amounts at one time, keeping them upright after feeds, gas drops, burping routines, to no avail. But being the most incredible and loving family that they are, they never stopped searching for Maddox to find real answers for their beautiful baby boy. And that is when they found Pediatric Chiropractic, and everything changed for them. They brought Maddox in to get neurological scans, and they finally got some answers. Mom said that my husband and I were very intrigued by Maddox's results. We were so grateful that the doctors sat down with us, took their time to explain the correlation with his scans, and that with both his birth story as well as his symptoms he was experiencing. And here is where their nightmare as parents turns into an absolute dream. Within 3 to 4 visits, they noticed huge changes in Maddox, and they continued with consistent chiropractic care, and he is no longer colicky. His parents say Maddox is so much more comfortable, which leads us to feel more confident in his care that we give him. He is such a happy baby. We often get complimented about how great of a baby he is. We are able to enjoy our son and play with him, knowing he is comfortable and thriving. We are so very blessed. Now, hearing Maddox's story, I'm sure that for many of you this rings true. So let's get a little bit more in depth into the science of exactly how we really helped Maddox. And now, here's some of the facts essentially that break down for colic. And as I already mentioned, about 1 in 4 or 25% of babies or infants deal with colic. And it usually involves, the threshold of it is bouts of crying surpassing 3 hours without any relief from traditional soothing techniques. And while often colic is attributed to merely gas, stomach problems, tongue ties, or food sensitivities, when we look deeper with our in-depth neurological exam, we most often find foundational neurological imbalance and dysfunction that interferes with the infant's digestion, immune system, and even tone or tension on the muscles and the ligaments within these infants. And the origins of this neurological dysfunction and the real root cause of colic may actually be traced back way into pregnancy, such as things like maternal inflammation, a high-stress pregnancy. They can all shift the baby's nervous system to get stuck in fight or flight mode, a phenomenon which we call, and which is known as dysautonomia, which then alters things like sleep, digestion, and this all sets the stage for developing something called subluxation. which is areas of misalignment, tension, and neurological interference originating from physical stress and trauma, often placed on a child's neck it's placed on the neck and middle back during childbirth interventions, especially things like forceps, vacuum extraction, and C-section. Don't ever forget, you'll probably hear me say this a million times, but C-section is not a gentle thing too. It usually uses about 50 pounds of force on baby's neck. And with chiropractic, especially for pediatric, it's very gentle. We're not using more force than you would use on your eye, essentially. So, but getting back to what we're talking about here is the upper back and the mid back are also the house and protect a very important nerve called the vagus nerve, which is the primary nerve that's responsible for an infant's ability to sleep, calm themselves, relax, regulate, digest, and so much more. It's a huge nerve, and there's many other videos explaining that if you look at our content as well too. When you put all of this together, though, it leaves the child's nervous system stuck in that sympathetic fight or flight overdrive, dysautonomia, which shuts down their digestion, leaving them stiff and tense, and interfering with their ability to sleep, stay asleep, and be soothed. I mean, just think about it like this. If you were, which fight or flight is stuck in that sympathetic mode, which would be essentially running from a lion, you're about to experience a car accident, that rush of adrenaline you feel, your body is not concerned about digestion, sleep, and all those things. It's concerned about survival. And so that's what mode these babies are stuck in. Now, while conventional pediatricians will continue to tell parents that colic is normal and something that most infants grow out of, what we continue to see with unresolved colic is that they grow into other conditions and health challenges such as constipation, chronic ear infections, sensory processing disorder, and developmental delays, and more. So it just doesn't happen. And don't let anyone ever confuse you that just because something is common does not equal normal. So just because it's common that if it's experienced colic doesn't mean that it is normal. Our body's physiological response is for baby to want to sleep, poop, and rest with ease. So that's the state we're looking for them to get back into. And the key to really finding the root cause of colic is specialized care, the protocol that we do here. And it's using our advanced technology, which is called insight scans, to accurately assess nervous system function and then also locate regions of dysfunction and subluxation and help us build the exact care plan that your infant needs for each and every child, actually, too. So once we get these insight scans and our exam completed, we then begin to deliver safe, gentle, as I said, neurologically focused adjustments to help restore proper nervous system function and activate the vagus nerve and calm the wound up and tense digestive system, essentially. So if you are a parent that is fed up, worn out, and you really are ready to uncover the real answers about what's causing your child's colic, go ahead and click the link below. Schedule a new patient consult exam to find at Pinnacle Chiropractic for your baby. Let's help you discover the breakthrough approach and bring you results for colic when everything else has failed. So we can't help to help you and help your family and your baby thrive. Once again, we love you. Peace and love. Dr. JJ out.